feel no good on you. You see your body, eyes, something like.
All the way to the end. 2282. The Afrca Radio. You're listening to the African Diary Show with Tati. Massive.
Oh my baby, I love this for you. Give me something no good on you. You see your body, eyes, something I got some. I'm not defense. Nobody better defense. Defense, defense. Defense, so defense. I'm not defense. Nobody now. Give me problems. So problems. Would you fly with me? It's me for life. Would you stay with me? I said no, it's me for life. It's a very good afternoon to everyone who is there with us. Yes, karibuni sana to another episode of African Diary. Shout out to DM, shout out to Kiss 100, shout out to Magda, shout out to Clinton, shout out to George, shout out to Washuka, shout out to Bogan. Yes, karibuni sana to the African Diary Show. My name is Katie, and this is the Black Hot Fan Network radio station. I hope you're doing well. Shout out to Kay. One day with this, I must confess. Nobody better confess. I'm a defense. 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 Nobody knows what to do. It's me, what you stay with me? I said no, you would please me for life.
The Afrca Radio. You're listening to the African Diary Show with Tati.
Yes, I can't really sana once again. My name is Katie, and of course, this is the African Diary Show. And in case you're joining us for the first time, this is the Black Watch Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century. I see Charles John Joe is with us, Karibu Sana. And also, I see Kay, I see Ghost is with us, Aisha, Nakucheki Tena Sana, Karibu Sana. And to all those who are just joining us, Karibuni Sana once again. To all those who are with me on the radio station, welcome on board. I hope you're doing great as well. And I hope your Tuesday has started on a positive note. As we get started on our show today, we shall be discussing different matters, of course, coming from the African countries or coming from different African countries. And one of the matters we shall be talking about is Kenya facing 25 billion Kenyan shillings IMF deadline. Yes, mmeona zile malos tumekuwa tukichukua. Right now we are at a deadline. We have met a deadline and we are supposed to be paying back the money with together with the interest rate. But it seems like the country doesn't have enough money to pay back the loan. So what is going to happen? What is the IMF going to do to Kenya, because we don't have money to pay them back. But anyway, we shall get to find out more of that as we get to continue with our show for today. And other than that, I also have two different videos that I'd love to share with you right here. They are still loading. I don't know what is up with my YouTube. It's behaving weirdly. But anyway, I shall be sharing these two videos if they agree to load. And also, I have different other matters coming from African countries. And one of the things is Wisa his inauguration was happening. Inauguration was happening, and he was not able to complete his speech. Okay, a minute. I'm sorry about that. Due to a heat or due to some heat that was there, I don't know if he's feeling well. I bet he was not feeling well, but he was not able to finish up his speech, and he just went and sat down. But anyway, we shall be taking on what was happening. And also, other than that, in Cameroon, last week we saw there was a vaccine, malaria vaccine that was brought in Africa. And it has actually started being distributed in Cameroon, yes. The world first malaria max vaccine has rolled out in Cameroon, and it is just crazy. YouTube sounds messed up. Let me check. I bet it's the internet. Let me check real quick, and then we get to continue so that we can make sure that we're together, all of us. So let me check. Give me a minute as I get to see what is happening. To continue so that we can make sure that we're together, all of us. So give me a minute. I don't know why it sounds like that, but I don't know. I don't know why it sounds like that, General Mosquito. I bet it's the internet. That is the internet destroying my audio on YouTube, but I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it sounds like that, honestly. Well, I don't know. I think we'll just have to continue if because there's nothing I can do about it. I bet it's the yeah, I bet it's the internet. But anyway, I see Pamo is asking, is this an online radio? Yes, it is. This is the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. And in case you're joining us for the kind of befriend us up there or over there, General Mosquito, stop it. Stop it. But anyway, I was talking about different matters that we shall be focusing on today's episode, and I said one of it is about Boakai. The second, the other thing is about Kenya facing 25 billion Kenyan shillings IMF deadline, and I don't know what these people are going to do at the end of the day. And I'm sorry, my YouTube people, in case you're joining me and the sound is terrible. I actually don't know what is happening on that side, but I think it's the internet. So, in case you're feeling like the voice is so bad, I'm sorry about it. But anyway, other than that, we shall also be talking about the Cameroon vaccine, or the world first malaria vaccine. And right now, it has started being administered in Cameroon. Yes, people in Cameroon are being given this vaccine, and we shall be seeing more about that. I see Samsi is with us. Karibu sana. Thank you, Erickson, for the follow, and to all those who are just joining us, Asanteni sana as well. And in case you're on YouTube, kindly bear with me and the bad voice over there. I don't know what is really happening. But anyway, we started off our show with an amazing jam that was AV. The jam was a confession. I hope you did get to jam into it. But we're going back to one more jam. This is Omalay. The jam is a reason. I hope you get to jam into it. Remember to come back with your quote of the day in case you have one. In case you have some wise words you'd love to share with us right here, please make sure you bring them on as well. This is Omalay. The jam is a reason. Get to jam into it. Remember to come back with your quote of the day. To you, Simon Mwangi. My quote of the day says, in every day there are 1,440 minutes. That means we have 1,440 daily opportunities to make a positive impact. Make a positive impact wherever you are doing today, and also make sure to be kind. Remember to always stay kind, stay humble, and also remember to be good to people. My dear.
Welcome to Candid Africa. Truthful and unapologetic.
Welcome back. That is Omale. I hope we get to jump onto it. And as we're getting started, I want us to listen to some video right here. This is the UN Secretary General. Of course, you know him. And he's talking about Africa needing a permanent solution to the insecurity. And, we on talking about these people and why they are in Africa. And we know very well they are the cause of whatever is happening in Africa. But anyway, let's get to this video and then we can come and analyze what this man is saying right here. Karibu sana to all those who are just joining me on TikTok. And make sure you're tapping the screen, make sure you're interacting with me, and do let me know what are your thoughts or what are your takes regarding what we are talking about today. This is the video right here. I hope you get to enjoy it. My audio is audible, or the audio is audible on TikTok, so you don't need to come on YouTube. But in case you want to watch the video, you can just come on YouTube. I'm live on Akida News. Shout out to Hazel Karijo. Thank you very much for tapping the screen. Ronnie Becker is in the building. David Mugo, Super Chunda Music, and to everyone who is there with us.
President Museveni, thank you for your warm welcome, and I congratulate Uganda on chairmanship. In the midst of the Cold War, its architects, leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Joseph Broz Tito, Gamal Abdel Nasser, and others worked to advance cooperation, supporting countries as they travel the path
I'm not sure you guys can hear the video because
boosting trade and economic development in the global south, and championing the pillars of peace, dialogue, diplomacy, and cooperation.
Damn, I don't understand what is happening. But anyway, I don't know you guys if you can hear the audio or the video. It's very choppy. I know we have Ajiba Jab. I see you. Can you do let me know if you can hear the video and you're saying good day. I see people are complaining about the audio. Yes, it's very choppy. I don't know what to do about it. I think I'll just not be able to share the video because it's very choppy and okay. Even people on YouTube are telling me the audio is not good. But anyway, it's okay. We shall check on that. And I think I'll just not be able to share the video today. I'll share it another day. But I see Hazel is saying not clear enough. Okay. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. And I'm sorry about that. So I think to continue. As we get to continue with our show for today, I want us to talk about different matters or different other things are coming from different countries in Africa. I'm sorry about that, man. The internet is misbehaving. Anyway, so okay, Jibadaba, it's okay. Thank you very much. So okay, this is about Joseph Boakai, and this is about now his inauguration. Remember, we had elections, and he was re-elected, and he won. Actually, he won the elections, and now we had his inauguration, but he was not able to finish his. Manze Poleni Imeenda. He was not able to finish his speech, and this is because there was a lot of heat and sijui nini ilikuwa inafanyika. Unaona kama venye kuna wave ya homa. I bet a lot of what was happening, but this man is very old. We don't even know. Jana was going to say, Getty, we only accept apologies in cash. Man, you're so unlucky because I don't have money. Anyway, what is happening is this man is very old. You know, this man is 79. 79 is very old for you to be a president. But, you know, Liberia's new president, Joseph Boakai, failed to reach at the end of his speech and had to be helped away from the podium during his swearing in. Maybe this man is suffering from something. Maybe he's sick, and this is why he was unable to finish his speech. And Boakai, who is 79, had been speaking of for around 30 minutes at his inauguration ceremony when it became clear that he was having difficulty continuing. He failed twice to carry on speaking, and the ceremony was adjourned. Some reports suggested that he suffered from heat exhaustion as the temperature reached more than 30 degrees Celsius. And the video footage showed a man fanning papers near Boakai's face before he was taken away. By then, Mr. Boakai had already been sworn in as Liberia's president, oldest ever president, at the ceremony held at the Capitol building, the seat of Parliament in the capital, Monrovia. And you know, somebody is saying, Captain M is saying, 79 years old is a bouncing baby boy in Kenya. What do you mean? Wachangeni jokes. So Kenyans, you joke a lot, man. Now it's like a person like Raila. Right now, would you give a chance? Would you give Raila a chance to become your president? This man is a very old. And remember, when people age or when people get this old, they even don't have discernment. They don't think just like the way they used to think when they were young boys. And this doesn't even make sense. What we have now, people who are 80 years old, 90 years old, wanting to become president. It doesn't make sense. Maybe this man is not even fit. He's maybe unstable. Even his health is not okay. But at the end of the day, he's still struggling to become the president. And I feel like this is just wrong. It's just inappropriate, and I don't like it. Where we have even our presidents now being helped to go and sit down. He's being helped to go and sit down because he's not able to go and sit down himself. But anyway, I see, Jima is saying, okay, 79 is too old. Yes, 79 is too old for you to be president. And also you're saying we also have a president that is too old and incompetent. Very true. And also this man who is 79 is too old and incompetent. Why do you want to become a president in this old age? You know, I understand that you want to become president. You want to eat this money so bad. But don't you feel like those years you've worked are enough now? It's time to sit down and eat your retirement money. It's time to enjoy life. Man, this is the time you need to sit down and relax. Yes, right in Kenya, retirement starts at 75 years. But it is just crazy how people, even at 79, at 80, still wants to become president. We have a man like Raila Odinga, who is always on the ballot papers all the time, still wanting to become the president. The last time I checked, he turned 78. And you'll hear even 2027, he might want to become the president of Kenya again. You know, it doesn't make sense. I suggest that these old men should be barred from even any government or any political matters because they are not even fit to lead a country. They are not even thinking right. They don't have discernment. These people are old. Their mind or their thinking capacity is only thinking about now stupid things because these people are very old. But I see Jerome Squito is saying he's past the retirement age. He is past retirement age for sure. Captain M is saying power is all they want. Power defines a man. But now, until when? Until now, to the age you're dying, You still want to become the president even at your 90s. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You want to become president even at 90s, at your 90s. How does that even make sense? It doesn't make sense. These people should leave these seats for young people. And this is why you find that now the countries are droning, because these people, even with their advisors are also too old people to advise them. They don't get the right advice from their advisors. But Sister Enjoy is asking, is it my network or yours? I bet mine is okay. I don't know. Mine is okay. The others can hear me loud and clear. So it's your internet. But I think Jiba Jaba is saying he probably can't wake up till noontime. Probably. Imagine. You might find that they are even being taken to washrooms. You might find that they are sleeping with the pampers. You might find that they still don't want to give up power. But I see Jiba Jaba is saying, Captain is saying power is sweet. M7 wanted to retire at 44, but look at him now. Man, Museveni would never want to retire at 44. That is just propaganda. These schools are always the same. These puppets are always the same. They don't want to seize power. They don't want to give up. They still want to remain the president for the longest time. They don't want to give up power. But I see Super Tunda is saying, from my perspective, the elderly leaders are right compared to the power of the younger ones. I don't think so. I beg to disagree with you. I don't think so, because ukiangalia watu wazee, look at the older men. Kevin is saying, Katie, your mic is breaking up sometime. I don't know what is happening, man. Even the sound on YouTube is terrible. I don't know what is happening, but man, you need to bear with me for a minute. Kindly bear with me. I'm trying to see. I was listening to my audio on YouTube. The audio is very bad. For a minute. With me. Yeah, it's very bad. I don't know what is really happening on YouTube. But anyway, we continue with our show for today. I see Jiba Jaba is saying, yeah, go play checkers and enjoy your grandkids. Very true. And I see General Mosquito is saying, if all the men are white, why is Africa messed up? Yeah, good question. Good question. If all men are wise, why is Africa messed up? Because we have a lot of old people. Look at the Cameroonian president. This person is old, who has ruled for almost 49 years. Is it 49 or 41 years? 40 plus years. Imagine 4 decades. And he's still the same president. We have Museveni. If these people are wise, Africa would be far developed. Africa would be looking great. But at the end of the day, these people need to retire. They need to give these seats to younger people. Because now we can't be having a president who is being carried. The next thing we will see, he will be walking in a wheelchair. Or he will be riding a wheelchair. Which is not right. It's so bad. But anyway, as we get to continue with our show for today, this is about Cameroon. Cameroon has started its world first malaria mass vaccine rollout. And remember, this is the world first. Yes, world first malaria vaccine. And this is just crazy because, back then, some time back, we talked about sickle cell and how people with a sickle cell trait cannot get malaria because sickle cell trait was being used to treat the malaria, or it was being used to fight against malaria. But right now, there is now even a vaccine. You need a vaccine for you to not get malaria, which is very crazy because something like this, last week I was talking about a new malaria species that has been discovered called Steve. And it's just crazy with how they all come up with crazy names for these mosquitoes, and also crazy ideas of curbing such diseases. We know very well malaria is brought by having mosquitoes breeding around you. But what if now we stop the spread or the breeding of mosquitoes instead of having the vaccines, because the vaccines are no good? Anyway, Captain M is saying, General Mosquito, Africa was messed up by our colonizers. They put our continent in independency state, but also the puppets contribute a lot. These puppet presidents, they contribute a lot, 100%. But the world's first routine vaccine program against malaria has started in Cameroon in a move projected to save thousands of children's lives across Africa. The symbolic first jab was given to a baby girl named Daniela at a health facility near Yaoundé on Monday. And every year, 600,000 people die of malaria in Africa, according to the World Health Organization. Children under 5 make up at least 80% of those deaths. Cameroon is offering the RTS vaccine free of charge to all infants up to the age of 6 months. This is just crazy. It's actually being given to children. You know what it means. But I see Captain is saying, look at what measures are reward our African currency, the dollar. We are not getting out of it. What measures? Look at what measures the worth of our African currency, the dollar. We are not getting out of it. Manze, this is why the Kenyan government is even buying US dollars for foreign reserves. It's just crazy. But anyway, we're talking about the malaria vaccine, which has been rolled out in Cameroon right now. It is being given to children from the age of to all infants up to the age of 6 months. So it's just crazy. The target is the young children. Patients require a total of 4 doses. This is just crazy. Is this another big ugali shot? Damn. Patients require a total of 4 doses. Health officials says this will be given at the same time other routine childhood vaccines to make it easier for parents. This is just crazy, and I don't even feel right talking about this because they might even come up for the channel. But at the end of the day, this doesn't make sense. I think Captain is asking who manufactured the vaccine. This vaccine was not manufactured in Africa, but the first place it lands is in Africa. A very big red flag. The manufacturer is not in Africa, not anywhere in Africa, but the first people to be administered the vaccine, or the first people to get the vaccine are Africans. A very, very big red flag. But I see K. Williams is saying, take care, got to go, my train is here. Okay, good day at work, and enjoy the rest part of your day. I see Jabba Jabba is saying, Joe Biden was shocked that a cup of Starbucks coffee was $6. He's old and out of touch. Sometime back also we had a minister who was asked how much is cooking oil and how much is cooking oil, and he didn't know. And he said, I don't know how much he said, but he didn't know. He had no idea. It means that they don't even know. These people don't even go to the supermarkets. They don't know the prices of the commodities that we keep on complaining about. But anyway, we're talking about this vaccine or a malaria vaccine. And I'm saying, somebody asked me, Captain M asked me, where was this vaccine manufactured? It was not manufactured anywhere in Africa, but imagine you're the first people to get the vaccine. This raises a lot of questions, but we're not supposed to be talking about that because they might be coming for our channel. So we shall leave it at that and get to continue with other different matters. as we continue with our show for today. But anyway, let's get to a short commercial break, and then I'll be back with more news and updates. Keep it the Blackout Fan Network. Make sure you're tapping the screen. Make sure you're interacting with me. And to all those who are with me on the radio station, do let me know how your day is going as well.
Windy Springs Water Refill Station. Quench your thirst the sustainable way with Windy Springs Water Refill Station. Are you in search of pure, refreshing drinking water that's both convenient and affordable? Look no further than Windy Springs Water. You gotta go to destination for premium purified drinking water. Call 0742 143869 to stay hydrated. 0742 143869 to stay hydrated. Located in the heart of Everett Center, opposite Quickmart Supermarket, Windy Springs offers variety of sizes to fit your hydration needs. Choose from 500 milliliters, 1 liter, 5 liters, 18.9 liters, and 20 liters, available to refill at an incredible price of just 250 shillings. That's not all. Experience the convenience of doorstep deliveries. Just call 0742 143869 and Windy Springs will bring the freshness of your drinking water right to your doorstep absolutely for free. Planning an event or a wedding, Windy Springs caters to all occasions. Ensure your guests are staying hydrated with our quality purified water, making your special day even more memorable. Call 0742143869 for incredible deals. Stay refreshed, stay healthy with Windy Springs Water. Visit us today and stay healthy.
Yes, welcome back. And as we get to continue, TJ Mosquito is asking, did you say cooking oil? Yes, I was talking about cooking oil. Some minister was asked how much is a cooking oil right now. He didn't know. He didn't have an idea. I see Stackers is asking what is the topic today. We are talking about different matters, of course, from the African countries. And I see Jiba Jaba is saying, will the side effects be lower by the rate after the malaria jab? Don't trust the science. Don't trust. You don't have to trust these people, or you can never trust these people, especially where you're saying that the jab is manufactured away from your continent, but you're the first people to get it. Makes sense. It doesn't make sense, and that this raises a lot of questions. But anyway, as we get to continue to other different matters, Anthony Blinken, this is the U.S. Secretary of State, said that U.S. is still committed to Africa. And the U.S. Secretary the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken has begun a four-nation tour of the continent in Cape Verde, where he praised the island nation, calling it truly a beacon of stability in the region, and at a time when there is more of our share of instability and challenge. Mr. Blinken will also be going to Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Angola. And the U.S. President Joe Biden had tried to banish his credentials when it came to his interest in the continent when hosting African leaders at the U.S. Africa Summit that is in 2022. And it was there that he promised to visit Africa in 2023, but the trip never materialized. And Mr. Blinken, who last visited the continent in March last year, has recently had his hands full with the conflict in the Middle East, but cautioning President Biden, he told his audience in Cape Verde that we are all in when it comes to Africa. The AFP news agency reports, and they are always in for Africa, or they are always there for Africa, because you know very well they are benefiting from Africa, and this is why they will always make sure that they are here. Let me ask you, why do you think that Blinken is in Africa right now? Why do you think that he has to conduct a tour coming to Africa? Do you think that he can just decide, oh, today I'm going to waste my money in Africa? Well, we know there are other better places that he'd rather be, not in Africa. Of course, there's something he's getting in return. He's not just here for leisure. He's not just here for tours. He's getting something in return. But our futures are linked, our prosperity is linked, and African voices increasingly are shaping, animating, and leading the global conversation, he added. That is what he had to say, and I feel like this is just crazy, because at the end of the day, we might be lied to that. These people are always on our side. These people love us, but at the end of the day, they don't. They don't love us. They just come here, lie to you, and they are getting something in return. I see Steppers is saying a revamped lab mosquito list for hunt for an African child hunt. Man, it is what it is. It is what it is. This is what happens. But I see that mosquito is asking, it's saying they are there to make sure that these no good puppets African leaders are doing what they are told. Of course, this is why they are in Africa. They're not here because they love you. Who told you these people love you? They don't love us. We need to get this straight. They don't love us. They don't love any black person. They don't love African people. They just love what we have. They just love what is in Africa. It is not that they love us. They don't love us. These white people don't love us. They just love what we have. Even if you see Mzungus marrying black girls, they don't love those girls. They just love what these girls have. The melanin in them. That is what they want. They are just hunting for the melanin. And they just want to pass the melanin genes to their kids. So don't think that even these Mzungu men you see marrying African girls love them. It is just crazy. But I see Captain is saying Africa is like a European country's laboratory where everything is being tested. Yes, and some time back, which is this country that was, it is in Zambia or Zimbabwe, where we had this cholera outbreak. And in this country, there was a lot of misinformation that led so many people are dead. And the reason these people killed each other is that there was this group that was accusing the government of administering or spreading cholera using these drugs they were giving them. They are telling you that we're giving you drugs to fight against cholera, but now they say that we are getting the disease after taking the pill. So it's like the government is giving us the disease. This is what happened, and now we had a certain group coming up and killing people which were in support or who were in support of the people. Imagine, of the government giving the pills to the people. It is just crazy. I read it here some other time and it is just crazy. But in Africa, Africans are treated like lab rats. We look like lab rats to them. They can just take anything and inject us to see the reaction. That is what they take us for. They take us as lab rats. But I see Steppers is saying, where do we run to? Which will be our scapegoat? I don't know. I think the only scapegoat we have is just realize what is happening. And now, if you know what is happening, you just stay away from those things. If you go to the hospital, you make sure that you know what you're getting into your body. You just know what they are putting in your body. You just wake up and realize, oh, this is what is this? This is this. And at the end of the day, it will finally make sense when everybody knows what they are doing. But I see Steppers is saying only that we are not wicked. Tungewazuia avocado zimejaa tungewauzia avocado zimejaa pyrethrum. Seems like a good plan, but Africans glorify wazungu. Africans glorify white people. We love them, we worship them. So we would do nothing to hurt them, but they will always do everything to hurt us. So, you know, if you tell an African just like that, they will even hate you. If you tell your fellow black man this, they will hate you for saying that a white man doesn't love them, a white man is bad. You know, we just worship them, we praise them, and we love them so much. So it is just crazy. Shout out to Wakili Wenu, karibu sana, and thank you very much. I see Jiba Jaba is saying Blinken is backdooring Israel on the continent. Man, it's just crazy with what is happening and also with what Africa is getting itself into, because at the end of the day, I don't feel like this makes sense. And it doesn't even make sense for Africans to get into a war or get involved into a war that doesn't concern us at all. But anyway, I see Brand. Hello to you too, Brand, and Karibu Sana. Shout out to Brian Mungai. Thank you very much for joining me. And to all those who are with me, thank you very much for keeping it interactive with me. Peter is asking, where is the station? The station is in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you very much for the rose. The station is in Nairobi, Kenya, Route 125. Captain is saying, goodbye, host. I will get back after some time. I will be gone. I only have 15 minutes left, so I will be gone if you take long. But anyway, asante sana, Captain, for joining me, and thank you very much for the roses. Thank you very much. Shout out to Mluya and to all those who are just joining us. Peter is asking, mko where? Tuko Nairobi, Kenya. Tuko Nairobi, Kenya. But anyway, as we get to continue, let's head to what is happening in Kenya. And yesterday I talked about Kenya as well. Last week I talked about Kenya, where Kenya we even don't have any banknotes left in our foreign reserves that we are buying. We are buying the US dollars for our foreign bank reserves. So what is actually happening is that right now Kenya is facing a 25 billion Kenyan shillings IMF deadline. And remember, it is still struggling to manage mounting debt. And this is just crazy because we saw this coming. We saw this coming where we actually had our president lying to us last year that in December we shall be able to start repaying our debts. But right now we're seeing that now we have a deadline. We are meeting the deadline, and we are not able to pay the IMF. What do you think will happen after now we are not able to pay the IMF? Do you think that they will come for our assets? What do you think will actually happen? And remember, this is not even the first loan we owe the IMF. Maybe even the others are almost expiring. And remember, there's also the interest rates. We need to pay the debt together with the interest rates. What do you think will happen right now? Because we don't have the money. Or do you think that the president will go for another loan to pay this one? We already owe the IMF a lot of money. This is just the first debt, or this is just one debt that is coming to an expiry date. You know, it doesn't make sense. With a lot of borrowing we've seen, especially last year and this year from the IMF, and right now we have to hurry to pay them. Man, this is just crazy. But I see Jiba Jaba is saying, correct 100% KT lab rats. If we improve self-esteem, it will not happen. Very true. Very, very true. And also you're saying the white man's eyes is colder. And I see Stefan is saying they treat us like lab rats to enslave us even more to level us. Very true. General Mosquito is saying the IMF is a trap. It is, and that is always the goal. That is always the aim. And also Lawrence is saying, where are our taxes going? And we've been taxed day and night. Our taxes are going to people's pockets. What do you mean? Where are they going? They are going to people's pockets. They are going to people's pockets. So you can't ask where the tax money is going. Now, we don't have a way to repay the IMF, but the debt is due. We need to pay them ASAP. We need to pay them ASAP. But I see Jiba Jaba is saying you built a good following on TikTok. Thank you. And also General Mosquito is saying the only way to break free from the IMF is war. I don't know what will happen with these African countries, but man, it is just crazy. But Kenya is scheduled to reimburse the International Monetary Fund of 25 billion Kenyan shillings. That is $154 million in interest and fees. The deadline for the repayment, which was established at an year earlier, is in 12 months ending in April 2024. Kenya has grown to become one of the IMF's top borrowers, with only 9 countries in the world having a higher debt burden. And according to a report by the Kenyan Business News platform, the IMF revealed that Kenya is one of its top revenue earners, since the bank plans to get around 2% of its loan revenue from the East African country. Fund income from Kenya is projected to account for about 2% of total lending income if FY 2024 ending April, based on a desk survey scenario for projected program demands as of September 2023. The global lender disclosed the total GRA, that is General Resources Account, charges and fees for Kenya are projected at 116 million US dollars for 2024, the bank added. Special drawing rights and SDRs, a group of currencies that comprises of the US dollar and the euro. At this point, a unit of the SDR is worth 215.5 Kenyan shillings, according to the Business Daily's report. The fees the bank collects from the GAR, commitment fees, and the service cost for credit utilization fund its lending operations. The global lender recently approved a loan worth 110.8 billion Kenyan shillings, that is $684.7 million, to the East African country. The approval follows a completion of the 6th review of Kenya's multi-year arrangement with the fund under the Extended Fund Facility, EFF, and the Extended Fund Facility, ECF, and the first review of the Resilience and Sustainability Facility, as seen in the report. It is just crazy. It is just crazy. I don't know what is going to happen to Kenya. Do you think that the IMF will come for our assets and say, now, this is mine? This is mine. This pot is mine. And remember, they said, or they called us top borrowers. Man, I don't know what is going to happen. But you guys, what do you think will happen? I see Jiba Jaba is asking, Kitty, is there any grassroots movement to ditch the pound for another currency in Kenya? Some time back, we had the Kenyan president saying that we don't need the dollar when we can have the rupee. You hear that sounds stupid? Yeah, you know, this sounds stupid, but our president, sometime back, he said that you don't need the US dollars while you can have the Indian rupee. And that was the stupidest thing I heard from the president. Imagine saying that we don't need the US dollars when we can have the Indian rupee. And he went on and opened an Exim bank in Kenya. This is what he said. Also, I see John Mosquito is saying, Captain, okay. Okay, we have a lot of comments right here. I'm trying to get all of them. And I see Brian Trevor is saying maybe we will be taken as captives, and already Ruto has sold the country. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm trying to think of. What will happen? What will happen to Kenyans? I also start as is saying that only fool is a selfish leader who cannot see beyond what is about to meet their own eye. Also, General Mosquito, also Captain M is saying, General Mosquito, what will ruin our country for good. We need to think big. I think the only thing, I agree with Captain M, but I see Brian Trevor is saying, who will fight that war? We are already captives. And also General Mosquito is saying, Captain M, not if African countries we unite, we have the numbers to defeat everyone. Very true. If we unite, we have the numbers to defeat all of those. And also Brand is saying, Lawrence Mondoa, right, left, take even us. It's just crazy. It is just crazy. Lawrence is saying, kukopa harusi, basi kulipa ni matatizo. Let them come for our leaders and take them for trial. They missed us. Okay, I don't understand the last one, but anyway, yeah, kukopa harusi kulipa matanga. And the only thing we have, or the reason we don't have these people being able to pay the loans is because they don't have a strategy. They just take loans. Jana nilikuwa naongelelea of how they are trying to now make sure the SGR meets the Isiolo to Isiolo to Nakodok. And we were talking about 1 kilometer being used, or 1 kilometer is being constructed using 1 billion Kenyan shillings. 1 kilometer will be constructed using 1 billion Kenyan shillings. Sasa niambie, if this is the money we are borrowing, kumisuse hivyo, how will we be able to pay it? Remember, some of these loans tulichukua tukajenga barabara, zingine tukachukua sijui zikafanyika nini. But at the end of the day, what was the plan on paying the money back? We never had a plan, and this is why now we are getting exhausted with these loans. But I see Captain is saying, Lawrence, the IMF likes our leaders messing up because that benefits them even much more. Yeah, very true. That is what they get at the end of the day. General Mosquito is saying they don't have the numbers anymore. They don't. Branch is saying maybe we will be taken as captives and our country will be taken as theirs. Probably, we don't know. DJ Hans Jogger in Switzerland, Karibu Sana. You're saying good Tuesday morning, DJ Hans Jog, Switzerland, Karibu Sana. Thank you very much for the heart. And also, John Mosquito is saying, if Africa wants its freedom, we have to be willing to die for it. Very true. We have to be willing to go to a war. I also see Jiva Java is saying, privatize and foreign controlled infrastructure brings higher prices for the population. Very true. And this is what is happening. So at the end of the day, what strategy do we have to pay back the loan? We are supposed to be paying back the IMF in the next how many months? In April. We're supposed to be paying them back in April, but we still don't have a strategy. You know what we will see our president doing? He will just go take another loan from another foreign lenders. Remember, our president right now is even taking loans from the Indians, the poorest people we know. He's taking loans from Indians and saying that we need to ditch the dollar for the rupee. So he will go even probably take a loan from the Indians, come and be able to pay the IMF. And remember, we still owe the IMF a lot. So at the end of the day, we shall get exhausted. We will get exhausted. We will get to a point that we are exhausted in repaying this debt because there's nothing beneficial coming from these loans. Look at the SGR. It's a dead railway line. Look at the expressway. Nobody is willing to pay those toll stations. 500 Kenyan shillings for what? Why should I pay 500 Kenyan shillings while there's a free road? You know, so at the end of the day, there's nowhere we're benefiting from this infrastructure they are building to us. There's no way people will be able to generate money in those infrastructure or in those toll stations like the way they are planning. But anyway, excuse me. Talk to me. Do let me know what you think about it. And I'm loving how you guys are interacting with me on TikTok. You know what scripture is saying? As African men, we gotta stop being cowards and overthrow the leaders by force. And also, I see Governor Nasema, you don't sound smart. You also don't sound smart. It's okay. You also don't sound smart. It's okay. And also, Lawrence Mwenda is saying, is Somalia really broke, just like our Kenyan government? What's wrong with this Kenyan leadership? It's actually all African countries. If you go back and look at African leadership, you'll find that now we have most of the African countries are the ones that are indebted. Look at a country like Ghana. Do you know some time back that Ghana was being referred to as the star of Africa? But look at it right now. What is happening to Ghana? It is in the verge of collapse because of poor governorship, bad leadership, you know? So at the end of the day, it's an African problem where we have these puppets. It's almost in every African country where we're suffering, we're most indebted, the leadership is just the same. Look at even Uganda. It's just the same. You know, you were just being taxed differently, but I believe they are also experiencing the same thing we are experiencing right here. I see Brand is saying we are paying our taxes. Nakazini midomo tupu. I wish God can shame this man. Imagine, siku moja alisema, I don't know why my promises take so long to take so long to fulfill or to come true. It's because it doesn't mean them. It's because he doesn't mean any of that. But anyway, the number scripture is saying most Africans on continent don't know or understand the true nature of the Mzungus. They clearly don't. But Jamba is saying, loans come with political kickbacks for politicians. That's why self-interest instead of the country's interest. And also Captain M is saying to be able to pay our debt, we will need to cut and remove unnecessary taxes to help small. I believe so, but at the end of the day, who are you talking to? Who are you telling? These leaders who are not willing to listen, these leaders who are not willing to do anything for the Mwananchi. You know, we thought that we are getting the best government because it was claiming to be a hustler nation. Kumbe, the hustle was going to be on us. Kumbe, they were going to be hustling us. Imagine. It's so sad. Excuse me, it's so sad. But at the end of the day, what do we need to do as people or as the citizens of Kenya? I believe we can also come together as the citizens and say no to this leadership. Imagine we can. I don't know if you guys know that you can remove the president from the seat. It's Article 1 of the Constitution. I'll get to find it for you tomorrow. But at the end of the day, imagine we can. Shout out to you, O'Brien, Karibu Sana, and thank you very much for joining us. So at the end of the day, it is up to us to decide what we really want. But I see Captain M is saying businesses rise and broaden our taxes base. And also General Scripture is saying they will never let Africa be free. Whoever controls Africa controls the world. Very true. Until, you know, the only way they will let Africa free is with a war. If it's going to be World War III, let it be, man. We need to be free again. We need to be free. But anyway, family, we are almost coming to the end of our show for today. I see Brian Trevor is saying, President of Kenya, but he is the fullest man in our eyes. But wagawa modo no, okare hago nawega. Wagawa modo no, okare hago nawega. Anyway, not everybody understands Kikuyu. And Captain is saying, bye bye, guys. Bye bye to you too, Captain. And General Squito is saying, Africa is the bread basket of the world, and this is why they cannot let Africa go. But in the family, I see Juba Jaba is saying, Sankara, Amin, Lumumba, Nasser, Gaddafi were the last ones that built for the people, in my opinion. We also have Sankara. Also, yeah, you mentioned Sankara. We also have now Theodore. We are hoping that Theodore builds Africa for African people. But anyway, family, we shall leave it at that. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much for keeping it interactive. My TikTok people, I love your interaction today. Asanteni sana. And to all those who are with me on the radio station, Asanteni sana as well. Hope to see you later. I'll be outside in the streets of Rongai. Tukipatana pale hivyo. Usiogope kununua maji. Tropical pale hivyo. Pia usiogope kununua. But anyway, my people, enjoy the rest part of your day. Hope to see you later in the streets of Rongai with the word of the street. I see Brandy saying that, dear. See you. God bless you. God bless you to you too. Thank you very much, Senjo. Adios to you too. Adios, amigos.
Greetings in South Asian Mathematics and Robinson, all the way in Switzerland. Tuning into the Black on Fire Radio and listening to the African Diary Show with Kachi.
Yes, I hope Theodore succeeds as well, because you've seen even last week they tried to assassinate him again. So I hope he succeeds. Right now he has had how many trials? They have tried to assassinate him for like 5 times, and imagine they're not going to stop. So I hope he succeeds and he does everything for the people of Niger and African people as well. But anyway, people, I'm leaving for real.
You see up on the eyes.
Thank you, Jiba Jaba. Good day to you too. Take care as well.
Your body very offensive.
Depends you. I must confess. Your body
Your body